Okay, now this constructor really doesn't do me any good. All it really does is that it just tells me that my constructor class is working, and it is definitely working because when I create this object, okay, it's running my constructor class automatically without me having to explicitly call it or to use it. Now, what I really want to do is I want my constructor method or behavior to set the fields, okay, that are related to this object here, okay. And instead of me having to call each of these assessor methods to set those fields, I want my I want my constructor class to do it. So just to show you visually, what I want to happen is as soon as I create my object, what I want the assessor method, what I want the constructor method to do is I want the constructor method to automatically load the properties or the fields that describe the object that I just created. Okay, so here's what I eventually wanted to do. So in my main program, I want to pass to it. I want to pass to the constructor method 3 parameters: Princess Leia and 1000. Okay, so these are the same parameters that I do down here, but I want to do everything kind of one line instead of having to all these separate lines. Okay, so these three arguments describe my G1 object. All right. So that's what I want to do. Okay, so now I am passing three. I am passing three arguments or parameters to my constructor method, but the problem is my constructor method isn't expecting anything. So what I'm going to do is I need to tell it to receive 3 parameters. So I'm going to go string name first. Okay. So and I'm going to go string name last. All right, and I'm going to go float initial. Okay, so here we go. So what I've done here is now I'm expecting 3 parameters. I'm expecting 1 parameter that's going to be placed in the variable called n first, name first, and this variable is going to be of a type string. The second parameter or argument I'm expecting is I'm going to put it in a variable called name last or n last of type string, and the last one is going to be a floating point number, which is a decimal number, and I'm going to put it in a variable called initial. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go this dot set name f. Okay. Set name f, and I'm going to go and name. Oops. Set name f. Name first. Okay, and then go this set. Okay, so I'm going to use my handy pop-up menu here. Set name last equal to name L. Perfect. How easy was that? Okay. Wrong one. Name last. There we go. Okay, and then we go this set balance is equal to initial. Okay, so you notice that what I'm doing is I'm calling the set name function, which I define right here. Set name. Okay, so it's it's defined here. All right, and basically I'm setting these properties. Okay, and remember this keyword is referring to the object that is calling the this current constructor. In which case, G1 is the object calling the constructor, so you can replace this with G1. So this would be like saying G1 dot set name F, G1 dot set name L, G1 dot set val. Okay, that's it. So now watch this. So if I go to here now, if I run it, so and I'm going to delete this. So if I run it, I should come up with the same result. So run, and there we go. It comes up with the same result, but the difference is it comes with the same result without having these 3 lines. Alright, so that's a pretty cool feature. Okay, so I can so just to repeat myself, okay, here I am creating a new object called G1 of the type account based on the account class. The account class, I'm passing 3 parameters, okay, to the constructor method. The constructor method and its algorithm is defined here. Okay, I know this is a constructor method because it has the it's a method within the account class that has the same name as the account class, and in it I am expecting 3 parameters. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to print some test code just to test that it works. Okay, and then I'm going to set the fields. Okay, these are the fields. I'm going to set the fields for the object that called the constructor in these 3 lines here. Okay, and that is what this keyword is used for. So I'm just going to comment this. I'm going to set fields for the calling object. Okay, so this is a pretty useful. The constructors are pretty useful because it just saves me a lot of work. I don't have to set the fields myself, and also what I can do is in my constructor method I could pretty much define any algorithm I want, whatever I want to do. I'll give you an example in the next lesson. So what I could also do, for example, is go ACNT. I could create another object. I'm going to call this V1 equals new ACNT Darth Vader. Okay, and has a starting bank account of $2,000. So there, I have 2. Okay, I have 2 fields here, and it should have set these properties, okay, through the account constructor method. And just to prove it, I'm just going to change this to V1. Okay, run. There we go. So this proves that I have my constructor method. Or this proves that my constructor method is working pretty much the way it is. Okay, one little detail here is, this is no longer needed because this is my test code here. And just to review something that we've already talked about in class is I'm going to call this one test code. Okay, and I'm going to call all my test code the same thing. That way I could easily find it if I search for the words test code. And instead of deleting it, I'm going to comment it out. And the reason I'm commenting it out is because in the future, if I want to test this again, I just have to uncomment it and to make it work again. And when I'm finished testing it for the second or third or however many times I want, I'm just going to reapply the comment and make the interpreter ignore it.